Ladies and gentlemen, it's confirmed. Enzo Maresca will no longer be the Chelsea manager as they have agreed to part ways with mutual consent. Now, personally, for me, if you ask me about the decision, I don't think it was a wise decision as such to let him go. But this is sacking is just a clear testament of Chelsea Football Club in a nutshell under the ownership of Todd Boehly and Igbali. Like Maresca tried to challenge the board to make some serious signings, some he wants some experienced players because at the end of the day, Chelsea is a club that wants to win. However, the ownership of Chelsea has reduced them to become some sort of a business club. Yeah, some sort of like I don't know, a Brighton or something. Yeah, they're turning them into Brighton. And I knew the Chelsea ownership had they were they were a major red flag. Once, like in 2023, Julian Nagelsmann and Luis Enrique wanted to join Chelsea, but they didn't consider them because they were saying they were making too many demands, which already was a major red flag because that was also another reason why they got rid of Pochettino. Yeah, Pochettino, a manager who knew how to handle the youngsters because as good as he is in terms of handling the youngsters, they wanted experience. And to be fair, I don't think any top manager would want to go to Chelsea with such conditions. So I don't think Maresca was perfect. I think was that perfect. I think Maresca did have his own flaws. Yeah, he did have his own flaws, but I don't think he was perfect as well. Because look at the look at the players that he's been handed. I mean, Chelsea literally won the Club World Cup, and instead of making statement signings that you want to prove that you want to continue competing at the highest level of football. You want to continue challenging for the league. Yeah. You want to challenge for the Champions League. What do? They go get themselves Alejandro Garnacho, who, let's just say it is, that guy is terrible. Yeah. He's not a, he's just bad. Yeah. They go scammed for Garnacho. Yeah. You win the Club World Cup and you get yourself, Jamie Gittens. Yeah. You know, something like Jamie Carragher said, like they just sign player like for like and they don't consider upgrading on that position, which is kind of evident. He said it in August. He was slaughtered by the Chelsea fans, but now it is evident. Yeah. So you can't really blame Maresca such. If anything, you can even say the fact that Enzo Maresca is the sole reason as to why Chelsea, even in that Chelsea team, is challenging in all fronts because that team has plenty of inconsistent players. Like if I look at their attack, apart from Cole Palmer, who can give you a consistent 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 performances on a consistent basis, and Palmer has been off this 2025. None of these Chelsea attackers are consistent enough to be, the Chelsea level to play at the top level. Yeah, they got Estevao, who I think is a fantastic talent, but this is his first season in Europe. Let's give him some time to develop and become what he can be. Yeah, but that their attack, I mean, how do you spend 2 billion and you have a wing partnership of Neto and Garnacho? That is just bad. Yeah, and then you go and sign Liam Delap. I mean, I think he will come good in the future, but he's not what you need right now. Right now, you need, someone like an Osimhen or something. Yeah. I look at their midfield, yeah. Bar Moises Caicedo, who has been their best player and their most consistent player. None of the midfielders actually move anyone. I mean, Chelsea are second in the Premier League in terms of clean sheets. In terms of clean sheets, and bear in mind, yeah, Maresca is doing that. Maresca was doing that with the likes of Tosin, the likes of Badiashile, the likes of Achaloba, yeah. Like this Chelsea team, bar Palmer, Caicedo, Kukurea, and Reece James, Bro, these players are just mad average and inconsistent all the time. Yeah, those are the players Maresca has actually been handed. And you can even say that this, it is because of his brilliance that have been challenging there, because that team is punching way above their weight than they are used to. Yeah, I don't think their squad is better than Arsenal. I don't think their squad is better than Man City. Yeah, I don't think even their squad is better than. I know Liverpool are out of form. I know this Liverpool team has been meaty this season, but that's because of their manager. It's not because of the players. Yeah, their manager just does not know how to set up this team. But even that, some of their players are better. Yeah, but that sacking has come as a shock, actually. Yeah, I think a domino. I think Maresca will get a good job. I think he's a young manager. He will be always, prone to making some mistakes, but that's because he has not been at the managerial job for a very long time. But yeah, Maresca has been sacked. They are saying they are looking at Strasbourg's Liam Rosenia, who I've been a fan of. I watch League One. Yeah, I watch League One. I watch Strasbourg. I've watched them in the Conference League. I've watched them in the in the League One. I've been impressed by him at times, how he sets up the team. I don't saying Liam Rosinia is a bad manager, but is he Chelsea level? That's the question. Is he Chelsea level? Only time will tell. I don't think he's an upgrade on Maresca whatsoever, but is he Chelsea level? Yeah, because his managerial record, I remember him at Hull City. He didn't have a smooth managerial record as well, but that's all. But that's all. Yeah. But all in all, this Egbali guy, by the way, he is really destroying Chelsea because their ownership under Boehly generally has just been a joke. Yeah, has just been a joke. Yeah, the likes of Egbali and Winstanley are to Chelsea what Glazers are to Man United and what FSG are to Liverpool as well. Horrendous ownership. Yeah, they're just turning Chelsea to be a kind of a business club for them to benefit. They get young players, inexperienced players, just put them and sell them for profit, even cash them to Strasbourg. Yeah, they have massively downgraded. Yeah, like how they won the Club World Cup. I expected them to make some statement signings. You go and get Facundo Buonanotte, who, don't get me wrong, he's a young promising talent from Argentina, but that's not what you need if you want to make a statement. Yeah, so the guy couldn't even get game time at Brighton, by the way, and Brighton is one of the best teams in developing talent. Yeah, they went and got themselves Garnacho. I mean, someone who Man United were desperate to get rid of. A Man United team that finished 15th. They have upgraded by getting Mateus Cunha in that position. You go and get Jamie Gittens, who wasn't like, as the season went by at Dortmund under Niko Kovac, the guy was basically a bench warmer. Yeah, he was being benched for Adeyemi and Duranville. Yeah, you go and get yourselves the lap. Like, this ownership has just been insane. Even I look at the signings that they've been making. None of those signings actually move anyone, if you're being honest. But unfortunately, if we say that, we are haters. We don't know ball. Yeah. Like, how many of these signings have actually, some of even players I was surprised that Chelsea even signed. If you look at some of the list of the players they got, yeah, Angelo Gabriel, yeah, they currently now at Al Nassr, yeah, like some of these players, man, they just don't move, man. Let's just say it as it is. And I don't think any manager would want to come in and then you put such kind of a condition. Let's just say it as it is. I don't think any manager would want that. Let's just say it. But all in all, they are now looking at Liam Rosinia. They'll be heading to the Manchester City game now without a manager. They'll be heading without Moises Caicedo, which is tough. They just due to Bournemouth. But let me know what you think. Do you think Liam Rosinia will be a success? Do you think that was the right decision for them to get rid of Maresca? I personally don't think it was good, but you can't blame him. Do you think, where do you think they'll finish in the Premier League this season? Do you think they'll get Champions League football? Do you think they win the UCL? Do you think They go far in the Carabao, the FA Cup. Catch you guys the next one. Peace.